And we're back. Hi.
Are you calmed down a little bit?
Oh, why would you say I'm not calm?
It's the Jack
And Kathy
Show.
Shit Show.
And there we go.
Yeah, how was that?
Okay,
Did you like
I
that
think
one?
I think it. Yeah.
Okay.
I should get my mic closer.
What was it? What was today called?
It was
A little
Milwaukee.
Tech forum.
Well, it wasn't a tech forum as much as it was a Milwaukee Biz Journal.
Yeah,
had
business
their
news.
business news conference.
Mm-hmm.
And they had an economist on who, do you want to tell the story? You have to admit you had the same reaction. It's just that I fly off the handle.
Yes.
You internalize things.
There were some comments made about
By the way, you look nice.
for once I actually.
Oh yeah, for once.
Because
How do I
that.
look, by the way?
Well, that's usually what I do. Let me see your teeth. Make sure you got all the food out. That's not a good face. You should not do that face.
I don't have a good face.
Anyway, yeah, we went to this conference today, and there was some commentary on the state of the
There's an
government
economic
and the
forecast,
election,
yeah.
and there
Right.
were some blanket statements that rubbed both of us the wrong way.
To be sure.
But you tend to get a little more elevated than I do. How's that? How is that summation?
You know what's great?
You are elevated. Let me put up air quotes. Elevated.
I like how when you tell stories, though, the context of the story is completely just missed, that I just get elevated. So the guy's talking about economics. You didn't say what he said. I'm curious to know what our fans think when they heard that, if they were to hear this. For those of you not watching the podcast, Kathy is like the movie Up, where the dog turns his head and goes, squirrel. She was just looking at her slippers that she's wearing and moving her feet in the camera. So everyone knows why there was that long pause.
Well, you know, I'm dressed and coiffed a little bit today because we had this 7:30 a.m. breakfast.
Yeah, we got
conference.
dressed up.
And
clearly in a
so
suit.
it's morning time, and I'm so all dressed up until you get to the ankles, and then I have my slippers on. So, yeah. So there you go.
Returning
Okay.
to the topic.
Yeah, and you were the one that how do I look?
Returning. You're sassy right now and frassy. What the guy said was, after talking about a bunch of different economic indicators, several of which were the economy is doing great and inflation is doing great and prices have stabilized and unemployment is great, which you just don't hear on the other side of the aisle. All you hear is doom and fucking gloom and we got to make us great again because we're great, but let's just make us great-isher. Fucking so sick of it. Then he says, tell him what he said. There were two things that he said that you and I went, what in the fuck?
He said that now we have a single party in the office or in government, that we should be able to streamline the things that get done.
He verbatim said, we'll get more things done now.
We'll get more
Fortunately,
things
because we have
done now.
one party in power, we'll have more things done.
Yeah. And that's, I commented in the car afterwards that's making an assumption that the things that are getting done are good and right.
For everybody.
And for everybody, yeah. That might be true, but that's making big
It might be true that
assumptions.
there's one group in charge and they're going to be able to get more passed. Sure. What are they passing? Mm-hmm. That's left to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope
no doubt.
Let's hope it's tax breaks for the rich.
Yeah.
And we can worry as much as we can about 1% of the population that's transgender.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pass all those transgender laws. Can we?
Mm-hmm. It's disheartening.
And what was the second thing that he said?
He said that our newly elected president won handily, basically.
Yeah. ignored
And
the
that
but
is not the case.
that wasn't
at
the
all.
big thing he said. The biggest thing he said, the last bullet point, if you recall, was, I believe now, the last 10 years, we saw that when Trump came into office, there was chaos and there was a lot of bickering and there was a lot of, what did he say about the country? We were a lot of division in the country. And now
Oh,
that
right.
Trump won handily, we're probably finally past the divisiveness that is this country.
Yeah.
So we are no
I
longer a
strongly
divided country.
disagree.
And I have to tell you, there's probably 1,000 people in that room.
Yeah.
And we were guests, by the way.
Yeah.
If we weren't guests and I'd paid my ticket myself, what was going through my head, you know what I was going to say, was, are you fucking kidding me? He said, we suddenly now have unity in the country again.
I don't know where he gets that from.
I don't know where anyone would get that from.
Yeah.
Did you know a Proud Boy who was released from the J6 group that was released is now back in jail for assaulting somebody?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We have let the assholes out.
What's the story there? Who did he assault?
I don't know the details, but
Oh,
it was,
okay.
and it's not fake news.
Didn't say it was, babe.
This is so ridiculous. The
I
fact
know.
that this guy
I
said,
hate taking you down, just for the record, I hate taking you down a political path. I really do. I love how impassioned you are
why do you hate taking me down a path?
because you just get really angry.
Yeah.
You get angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that's what the Republican
And I know the
Party
anger
gets?
isn't at me.
No, that's what they get. They get angry. What? Listen to Fox News. I don't care if we lose all of our 6 customers now or listeners because of this. Listen to them. I do. I listen to what they say. They get fucking bent.
Yeah.
Do you believe that there's transgender
sure.
people?
I know. That doesn't, that's just what,
It works
I
and
don't
it
like.
sells. You don't like it, but
Yeah.
we're in a frickin' swamp of mud, and we're asking to be delicate like we have teacups in our hands and white dresses, and we're shocked that this is the environment we're in. Anyway, enough of that banter. And I didn't even, I've got to show you a video. So when we're done here, remind me to show you, because you said you went to a breakout session. I had a one-on-one session with someone that I met there. You had a breakout session that where this economist was talking about how tariffs might be a good thing because there's a trade deficit between our countries. And if I have the time to post a video about trade deficits with Canada, one of the things that gets missed all the time is the reason that Canadians buy less from us and we buy more from them is really simple economics or geography. There's fucking more of us to buy things from them.
right.
So I got a funny post to show you about an economist who I follow on Instagram who made this hilarious post going, can we all get on the same page here? The reason is a trade. It's one thing to have tariff conversations with China because that's a serious competitor in a lot of ways for us. But with Canada, right? They ship us more stuff, number one, that we don't have, and number two, because we have more people consuming their products. We have more people that want maple syrup, and they have more maple trees.
Yeah.
What do you want us to do with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna tax them more because they buy more. We buy more maple syrup from them than they buy from us. Okay, makes so much sense. That's the shit that I feel when we go to these meetings. These guys do a really nice job of hiding, and most people don't read this stuff.
You should have come to my breakout session. You probably would have
I
had
know.
more
I wanted to
say.
talk to Chelsea about motor preferences. So I'm gonna introduce her and Sam.
Okay.
Because she has that fitness company, her
Yep.
and her dad.
Yep.
By the way, I asked her parents to be on the podcast.
Oh.
I don't know what their political stance is, so after watching this episode, they may say no. But when she talked to me about her parents, I don't know if you saw her and I talking just about her folks. Can we segue off of politics now? Does it make you feel better?
Okay.
Yeah.
And talk about.
Well, she was just telling me about her parents and how they seem pretty cool.
They are cool. Yeah.
So do you? Well, I was going to ask you.
I've known them for many, many years. I have not seen them regularly by any means over these last
Okay.
30 years.
Well, I
Yeah.
asked her because she was talking about their goals with fitness is not her dad was a personal trainer for years, right? And he's morphed or innovated to
Health
being
and wellness.
more health and wellness. So the mental side of it, he still preaches the physical stuff. Is he a pretty athletic guy? Do you recall? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the two of them have had a business together for a while. They collaborate together, and I went, God, it'd be a really cool thing to talk about their relationship.
Yeah.
And then also talk about wellness and health and fitness.
Right.
I thought it'd be a nice guest.
Yeah.
That'd be cool for us. I
Yeah.
don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah. I love it.
And we're going to have Kathy and Kathy more than me, gets HRT.
Hormone replacement therapy. Yes.
And we're going
I
to
get
have
little pellets put in my.
They put it up your schwenky.
No, not up the schwenky.
They put it in the schwinger.
No.
No, you get a pellet inserted into your buttocks.
Yeah, I think a couple of them.
Yeah. And so it's been miraculous for our relationship.
You keep saying that.
You
keep
have no
saying
idea.
Miraculous.
I think it's been
and
a-
I feel that's very interesting because I've heard you say that in front of a couple of people now. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, were we struggling before? I mean, I know I
You
struggled, but you've said that it was
You were struggling like crazy. You were
to
tired of
sleep.
so many other things. Your personality changed. Your sex drive went up. Your sleep improved. Your appetite changed. Your exercise capabilities increased. All massively.
My appetite changed?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You would eat very irregularly. You have become far more. You were. Do you want
I
to
don't
hear
know
this?
what
Do you want
you're
to
talking
anyway? Well, I can tell you what I experienced, and whether you believe that I experienced or not is up to you to decide. But we're going to have the doctor on, and he actually did a blood draw of me to check out my hormones.
Yeah.
Right? And I
Yeah.
didn't ask him, which I thought you'd be proud of me about. I didn't say, so doc, you know what makes a hormone?
You didn't tell him
No.
your joke?
No, because I felt like when I was being silly in the office, I was going to say to everyone, they were pulling my blood, drawing the blood, I was going to say it, and you're like, you're being really loud. So I went, all right,
Yeah,
stop.
you're in the other room going, Kat.
But they were
I'm like,
enjoying me, but
"Babe."
the staff there was having fun.
I don't know them that well yet.
They took to me like flies
Like
on
everybody
shit.
does.
Yeah.
Like flies on shit.
So we're going to have the doctor on to talk about hormone replacement therapy.
Yeah.
Because so often women get accused of, particularly perimenopause and menopause circumstances, that it's emotional, just eat right, exercise differently, and
You'll get through it. Just
it's
bear
part
down.
of life.
This is part of life.
Or
and-
hormone replace. Yeah.
Or the other extreme of it does terrible things to you
Right.
and causes cancer and all of this is debunked. And
Right. And so why I say it's miraculous is that you have to appreciate from the moment I met you, you struggled with sleep.
for sure.
So it's not as though the moment I met you, and it was a lot for me to be woken up in the middle of the night and hear you crying. So it's two things: disrupted sleep for me, and then I care about you.
sure.
So now I
sure.
can't get back to sleep.
The sleep thing is real, and in my mind, it was the biggest factor.
No doubt about it.
Of what has been what the issue was and how well it's been resolved by hormone replacement. So my point is, when I've heard you tell the story of what it's done for me and what it's done for us, I feel like you've painted a picture of, oh, we were really struggling. Like that's what I hear. That
Yeah.
we were really struggling.
If I could try to reposition that, you were terribly struggling and it was having a massive impact on me. You were having more frequent migraines. They were occurring weekly. You were having weekly migraines. I remember all this. I'm like, man, this can't be right. Like we even talked about, should we go see a doctor prior to you finding the first HRT person you went to?
Mm-hmm.
So you're giving me a look right now like, what the fuck look you give me right now? What is that?
I don't think we've talked about some of these other things before. I didn't realize you felt, because I don't feel like The hormone, it certainly hasn't taken away the migraines. I still get migraines. I think what it has done is my recovery is better. I've noticed a difference that I recover faster.
So I want you to appreciate something. I'm not the one going through it. And so I will never know what that pain is like. And so I am in no way saying that you have no idea how hard it was for me, even though you're the one dealing with it. That's how this can come across. However, you do need to consider that it is and was hard on me when you could not sleep every single night, and I'm sitting here trying to tell you, let's think positive thoughts. Let's try this. Let's have less water. Let's have more water.
Yeah.
Let's avoid alcohol.
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying biologic solutions,
Yes.
right? That we
Yeah.
thought we control, like diet, and I'm trying mental stuff, and we were running into a wall, and so that's that. So that was
Yeah,
one, and
that's
then
all very valid. You're right.
yeah, so all of those things became very trying for me. And you're right. You would have a migraine and you were out. You head covered, and then days. It would take you days to come back. And now it almost
2
seems
days.
like a minimum. Even, and that third day, you were still sluggish. And you're still giving me that fucking look right now. It's hilarious. Like, you're like,
I
no.
am?
You're giving me a look like, no. So you were struggling. I had pain and you're the victim.
Not at all. That's
Okay.
not at all what's in my head.
So
not at all.
what I hope you hear is that I felt helpless. It's no different than when a child that you like when Alex hurt her shoulder, or when Sam broke his foot before baseball started.
Sure.
I feel completely constricted and helpless. And then, of course, meanwhile, I'm going to sleep fine, and I
know.
want a normal.
You look at a pillow and you're like, I'm asleep.
I want a normal life with you, right?
I'm approaching the bed. I
Well,
think I'm asleep.
Babe, I think any relationship would agree that you want things to be as steady and normal as possible. And so a job loss can cause that. Talking about politics can cause you to have anxiety around me. Right? But we want steady state. Most of us do. And so we would go for a stretch where it could be a month of unsteady state. It was never, I'm going to leave this person. It's, I don't know how to fix this. And that's me too, right?
Yeah.
So when I say miraculous, I'm telling you, the day you got those pills, you were out. You went to bed, and I'm looking up at one point. You moved in bed, and I'm like, oh no, here it comes, right? Because I get on high alert, and you're fucking out. And then I think we should talk about this. You'd
That's
wake
been
up,
miraculous.
but you'd wake up in the morning and be like, yo, baby. You would. You had a sexual drive. You had an energy. And so to me, it's been miraculous because it has given, to my opinion, your life back to you. And I'm going to start crying. This is where men better fucking understand it. If any men listen to it, or if women listen to this, tell your men to pay attention. We men tend to associate challenge with, well, just eat better, sleep better, think better.
Yeah.
Just think better thoughts, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That we tend to operate that way. Yes, we might go through some hormone changes. Men have low T, right? That occurs. It's not the same as the menopause stuff you guys go through.
No,
And
it's
second,
not.
if I can keep bantering here, second that makes it worse is we treat you as men, I think, like shit, right? Ugh, it's that time of the month for her, right?
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean?
We get labeled with that. Oh, she's just going to be a problem because, this is her bitchy time.
Yeah.
And there's no empathy there. This is totally
Yeah.
the effect of hormones on the body is no joke. And how that translates into life in a relationship is no joke. And getting back to your point, that's why finding Dr. Lewis,
His name is Richard Lewis.
I know, isn't
Is
that
lost on you?
hilarious?
All right, good.
No, it's not lost
All right.
on me. I'm like, Richard Lewis.
Right, exactly.
Who has passed away, right?
Right, just recently.
The
it's longer,
comedian.
yeah.
But, and what's interesting about Dr. Lewis is he will tell you point blank that he went to study this topic because he wanted to be able to be educated in order to debunk it.
Correct.
Like, he is a Western trained doctor
That's right.
who thought, okay, if I'm going to tell people not to do this hormone replacement, I better go learn more about it.
That's right.
And when he went to learn more about it, he was like, holy
What
shit.
the fuck? Yep.
Why are we not doing this?
The
and
myths
how is
about
Big
cancer.
Pharma
Yep.
influencing what our doctors are telling us, you know?
Yep.
And it's all follow the money, follow the fucking money every time, right? So
Which
Big
gets
Pharma,
right back to
yeah. Our
Politics.
politics. Yeah. Didn't mean to do that.
yeah. I
So
just want
it's huge, and we are both big believers.
Yeah.
You're not participating in any hormone replacement therapy yourself. As far as we know, you're not having any of those
well he
issues
did you
per
hear
se.
did you hear when he asked me the question, do you have any erectile dysfunction or issues like that? I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, you don't realize how much, firmer it can get. I'm like, yeah, I'm great. And then, so everyone knows, this is where it's funny. I'm waiting for you to go, oh, he's awesome. Like, and I just
not
wanted,
that comfortable
I know
in
I
the
wanted
office.
one
I'm
little,
not
oh,
making-
doc, trust me.
No, I can't.
That's like granite.
no. I
Yeah,
cannot.
and nothing. I'm like, just dangling there.
Granite.
Pun intended. I'm dangling. Feeling growing flaccid as I'm talking.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if your results show that you're good on all your levels, and yeah, it'll be really interesting to see.
With how intense I get, you'd think my testosterone's through the roof.
Yeah,
Right?
And it just might be.
Might be too much.
We're going to suck it out of you.
Oh, that's a really bad
Okay,
pun.
never mind.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break. When we
Oh,
get back,
Lord.
we're going to talk about an upcoming vacation. Hey, it's Jack from the Jack and Kathy Shit Show.
And I'm Kathy. If you've ever wondered how Jack and I stay connected,
It's definitely not my cooking.
correct. It's The Skin Deep. They're the ultimate resource for meaningful connection with products like the And card decks, interactive journals, and conversation starter kits for families, couples, and friends.
And don't forget their YouTube channel full of raw, honest conversations with real people. It's inspiring and a great reminder that we're all just trying to figure it out.
As fans of the shit show, commonly known as shitheads, you get something special. Go to theskindeep.com/shitshow and
Easy for
use
you to say.
shit show at checkout to get 15% off everything.
That's right, 15% off their incredible products just for you, our fellow shitheads. Whether you're deepening connections with your partner, your friends, or gearing up for that in-law dinner, they've got you covered.
So check out theskindeep.com/shitshow. Use code shitshow and start talking it out. Who knows? You might even enjoy it.
The Skin Deep, making connection less awkward, one question at a time. We're back. I love
Upcoming
that
vacation,
talk.
babe.
Huh?
Upcoming vacation. Today is a Thursday,
Yeah.
and
Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Are you really?
So first of all, I'm excited because tomorrow we pick up my daughter from O'Hare
Yes.
and her boyfriend Sam.
Yes, who we can't stand.
And, shut up. Very excited to see both of them, but want to put my daughter in my pocket and carry her around.
I know.
Could I carry her? She's 27,
You
but could
could.
I carry her
It's a
around?
little weird, but you could.
I'm so excited to see her.
So, do you want, because we don't know if the kids are listening to the podcast, Alex might,
They're
but she
not.
doesn't listen to it as much. Do you want to, let's reveal to them now on the podcast all the plans we have from, like, we've got planned activities they thought we weren't going to, and now we have a planned activity every day.
Every day.
Every
Well,
morning.
really at the top of every hour.
Yeah.
We're
We're
planned.
literally changing it, like every hour. Can't wait, kids.
There's some, team building, bonding stuff.
We have one team
exercises.
building bonding day. We have one team exercise day. We have one team intellect day, so we're literally just going to do math quizzes.
It's going to be like a business retreat.
We've got a goal setting
Bonding.
afternoon.
None of that's true. Do whatever you want.
Oh, I wanted you to just end the podcast with us saying
Get
we're
a
going
glass
to do
of
it. Fuck
tequila
them.
right after your coffee in the morning. Chill wherever you want. Do whatever you want.
I have to tell you, I do have an agenda. I only have one agenda for myself.
For yourself?
Yeah, I just have one thing that I want to do.
The podcast?
I'd like
When
to
we're
do the
down there?
podcast.
Yeah.
I want to bring, we're going to bring our laptops and that little box I can bring. And I thought about bringing a microphone for you and I just to hold and talk back and forth between, and then one for like the kids to pass around.
Well, we could bring those little fuzzy mics too.
The little fuzzy
to
ones.
pass around. The little,
Those don't work as well.
okay.
Those lavalier
Well, anyway,
ones.
we'll
Yeah.
figure it out. But that's your one goal. The one thing you want definitely to happen.
I think it'd be cool to sit them down and ask them a series of questions, like their opinions. Almost, I almost would like to get like risers and set up chairs, like when you see NBC
Yeah.
do those things. And like, okay, so you're from Connecticut, and how do you feel about the current state of things, right? And they answer, and so you're a Republican. You know that environment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of fun to have them all. I know visually I could pull it off with that camera and you and I having a camera on us.
I have no doubt you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think I'm excited about it. And
Let me ask. Sorry,
yeah,
go
no,
ahead.
you go. I was going to say the second thing I want to do
Yeah.
is I'm just looking forward to going on that pad and working out every morning because I know I'll be up before
Oh,
anybody.
I know.
So I'm looking forward to doing maybe yoga
They have a
with you in the morning,
little
like a workout.
thatched
roof
roofed,
thing, yeah.
open platform kind of
Yeah.
space to
Yeah.
imagine doing yoga or just being out of the sun, but outside. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So excited. So what are you looking most forward to on this trip?
I like the question. Will you answer the ones you ask me?
Of course.
Okay. So you have a question now first? That was mine. Okay, got it. What do I like? What do I like? Let's both look at the camera. So I like to talk too much, and so I'm going to tell you what I'm looking forward to most in a story.
Okay. Some people just answer the question, but
I am big on
silly me.
I'm big on visualization. You know that.
Okay.
I truly try to close my eyes and imagine things happening, and then I put it into the universe, and it happens. Often does, right? So that's why when shit doesn't go right for me, it's my going, you were angry today. No wonder
Yeah.
you're getting all this
Yeah.
stuff. I have been thinking about this moment forever. I can't wait for Sunday morning. Because we don't have any time change or jet lag as a result.
Yeah.
I know I'll likely be the first one up. I can't wait for the breakfast to show up
Yeah.
and just to see them one by one get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I know that may be the small window. Like I'm almost going to come to tears over this. That might be the small window where we get them for just a little bit, and then they go deep sea fishing or golfing or do something else. And then the second is late at night.
Yeah.
When we're all kind of back,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm guessing we're all going to be back at some point.
Right.
So it's those little moments where we have 8 of them, 8 people together, just to see who they are. And because we don't get this anymore, you know?
So for those who don't know, Jack and I have 5 kids between us.
Yes.
Jack has 3. I have 2.
Right.
There's Alex's husband is coming. Mackenzie's boyfriend Sam is coming. My son Sam's his buddy is coming because everybody was allowed a +1. Not everybody's bringing a +1, which is perfectly fine. And so my answer is exactly the same as yours. Basically, it's just being around the kids. So
Yeah.
when you have adult children like we do, they're all from the ages of 24. Your Sam is 24?
He's the youngest at 24.
24,
though.
and then
29.
your daughter Alex is the oldest at 29,
Sam,
and
her
everybody
husband's
else.
actually technically the oldest.
Okay, yeah.
Just born a little bit earlier, yeah.
And so, yeah, it's there. Life is busy, right? So as parents, and especially parents of what we have as a blended family, right? it's very hard to gather the kids together. And so other than last Christmas we had them all together. And then our wedding, just this past October, we had them all together. So this is another trip, Costa Rica, on Saturday for 1 week where we're going to have them all together.
And I'd even argue, if I can interrupt for a second,
Yeah.
for a wedding, we really didn't have them together.
No, we didn't.
They were
We gave
here,
them the house.
we left.
We saw them. We didn't sit with them and dine with them and hang with them a whole lot.
And we get them for a fucking week.
We get them a week.
I know.
Oh my God, we have them trapped.
That's why I was talking to Emily today, our financial advisor.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to get that goals meeting set with you, because I forgot to tell you this. Last night I told Pat, our plan is that every other year we want to take the kids on a vacation.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. And if we can put that into our financial goals, and then you and I do whatever travel shit we
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah.
But every other year I'd like to have that. And so as their families expand, we continue to offer this. And it could just be we rent a house at a lake in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
right?
it could
But I
be.
want them together.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so critical to me. So now with that, and you feel the same. All right. So with that, here's my question.
Yeah.
What are you most afraid of?
Most
Yeah.
afraid.
What are you most
of?
worried about? It's such a negative.
Oh, I
number.
never thought about what to worry about. Oh, I guess what pops into mind is that with everybody doing their excursions and adventures, that nobody gets injured.
Okay.
That's a very practical
Okay.
worry. Yeah.
Okay.
And you?
Fighting.
Fighting.
Yeah, like someone's gonna
Who's
piss.
gonna fight?
Someone's gonna piss someone off because the topic's gonna come up, and next thing you know, we're talking about Israel and Gaza and Palestine, and then it just everything's gonna fucking devolve, and I'm gonna be like, oh well, no, get back. Let's be little kids who
I
want to
don't know.
go. color.
I
Because-
sense that most of our kids are on one side of the
Well, we're all
the
fairly
line,
politically
but
aligned similarly.
similarly aligned. I don't know if anybody is too extreme in one way or the other.
No.
So
No one's
I
far
can't
either
imagine
direction
that.
yet. No, I have a
Yeah.
feeling some debates might occur.
And I feel like everybody likes each other for the most part. I don't see real.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Are you worried that Tristan, your son Sam, and my son Sam are going to bring back some local ladies and do inappropriate things?
have at it.
No way.
No, not that. I just meant I thought you were saying like they'd meet somebody.
I said bring back. The exact
Oh,
words I used were bring back.
Bring back to the house. Is that supposed to be your grinding house music? Is that what that is?
I don't know what it is.
That's
right?
that's like that house music where you just go dance and they all grind on each other and these kids. Now I don't know what
I don't know
you're
what
doing.
that is either. Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
All right, Costa Rica question.
Yeah.
And then we have to wrap this up because we have a meeting. So it's gonna be a nice, quick, fast
Okay.
podcast today.
Okay.
What excursion are you wanting to do most that is on top of your list? If you had to pick one that you're like, I really want to do this. Or two. Give me two.
Well, the group one of ATV riding on the beach sounds
Okay.
like it would be
Okay.
pretty entertaining. And then the waterfall hike,
Yeah,
hiking to the
okay.
waterfall.
Very cool.
I would like to do. And other than that, just hanging by the pool and
Okay.
having some good
Go to the
tequila
beach and stuff like
with the
that?
kids.
Okay.
And
Do you know what
just
mine is?
hanging out in the warmth. Oh,
Do you know what mine is? Yeah,
What?
because it's 18 degrees here. I have Dos.
okay.
I like the waterfall one. I totally fucking forgot about it. How about that? Mm-hmm. That's how old and stupid I am.
Oh, yes.
So, I really want to do deep sea fishing
Yeah.
badly.
Yeah, you should.
So,
You
does
should.
that appeal to you at all?
It doesn't because
It
I
doesn't.
sometimes get motion sick.
Yeah.
And I went, when the kids were really young, we did do some deep sea fishing off the coast of Florida, and nothing bit the line. and the kids were like,
Oh, you're kidding. You guys didn't catch a thing?
and you're kind of stuck out there. I don't
You
know
didn't
if
catch
that
a
was
thing for real?
not a thing. Like nothing even bit the line.
How long were you
No,
out there?
no tug, nothing. I don't remember.
Oh, suck.
But I got a little motion sick, and the kids were a little off, but they were young, so I don't really know.
had
I'd
this
rather
vision of us
I'd
catching
rather
a marlin.
sit on the beach, in the shade of a palm tree and have a cocktail and
If
read.
we caught a marlin, like literally caught it, you know what a marlin is, right?
Yeah.
If we caught
Can we eat it for dinner?
No, could I put it on the wall? How
No.
tacky would that be if I got the
No,
marlin stuff?
no fish, no
We're in
stuffed
Wisconsin.
fish on the wall.
I should
Thank
have
you.
fox heads and pheasants, fish.
No dead animals, period, on the
No
walls.
antlers.
Thank you. That'll be your next wife. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to is deep sea fishing, and I
I thought
in
you
my
were going to
head,
say that's what I'm looking forward to. My next wife.
ex-wife. That's a good one.
Deep sea fishing.
No, I was thinking about my next wife.
Deep sea fishing
mountain biking.
and mountain biking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
now mountain biking, you're actually going to go into the mountains, into the jungle, into the.
but didn't you see?
What if a
didn't-
monkey lands on
Didn't you hear what he said?
No.
Well, it could. You rent e-bikes,
the
e-assist bikes,
e-bikes.
right? So we'd be on mountain bikes that are e-assist. Fuck yeah!
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
I think you should bring your mountain bike shoes.
I don't like those. I don't clip
One
in.
side has clips, the other side
Okay.
wouldn't. Bring them anyway, just in
Okay.
case.
All right.
And then you got to bring your biking shorts. Because
Okay.
you go mountain biking, right?
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So we are proudly partnered with a company called
The Skin Deep.
The Skin Deep.
Yeah.
We love the Skin Deep.
You're doing your little promo.
We
Your little
love
Vanna
the Skin
White or
Deep.
your little Price is Right.
We anyway, at the end of every episode, we like to ask each other a question, and since we are short on time today because we must pack and do all those other good things, we have the Skin Deep here. We have 4 editions.
Which one you wanna do?
You probably heard the commercial already, but of course, if you go to theskindeep.com/shitshow, buy some products, and in the checkout say "shit show" in the promotion code, you will get 15% off your order. We have the Healing Edition. We have the Amusing Edition. We have Couples Edition. By the way, I wrote them, so you know, to ask if they would give us a game that they have now where you're like, you have to do something with your partner.
Oh.
Like you have to dance to a song or something like that. Anyway.
Oh, funny.
How about we do Couples Edition?
Let's do it.
Couples Edition it is.
Okay.
Kathleen Ann, I'm going to give you a card.
We
You
should
are
bring
to...
one of these decks to Costa Rica and do it with the kids.
That'd be really good.
Maybe that's the podcast. All right.
Go ahead. Couples Edition, you go first.
Do you think that we're still a good match? Why or why not?
Yes.
This is very loaded. Like if somebody would answer, no, I don't think
Could you
we're a good match
imagine?
anymore.
think
I
we're
mean,
a
I
great
guess
match.
most people don't have a camera rolling. So if this is a question where you would answer
Yeah.
no, that's pretty
I don't-
big. That's pretty
I don't feel we'll ever be a guest on their show. Because
okay.
everyone's really deep and serious and introspective,
I
and
think it's all about the question, babe.
I know, but we're silly ass goof nuts. I love these questions. Do I feel we're a good match? You're the best match I've ever had in my life.
No doubt. Yeah.
It's stupid.
But we're not the usual couple. They could develop a brand new box for second time around. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to
Second
work
time
with them
around.
on that. Okay,
Yeah.
listen. If you're at the Skin Deep, please get me and Kathy involved in a committee to have a box created called the
Yeah.
Second Time Around, and a series
Yeah.
of games around it.
Lots of stuff around
or else
that.
I'm going to patent it. I just patented it now. Anyway, it's patented. 2025 January 23rd. You can't take it.
Okay,
Let's talk.
so yeah,
I think we're a good match. I think we're a great match.
for sure.
Hugh O'Dowd said something to me, and it's similar to what you said. I met my friend
You
Hugh.
said his whole name.
That's all right.
Is that okay?
No, no one listens.
Okay.
So Hugh told me that he's dating someone wonderful right now, and
Yeah.
that's public.
Yeah.
They both agreed that had they met at a younger stage of life, they may not have been partners. You said that about us
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that hurts me. I think we would have been perfect.
Jack talks about how if we would have met in high school, and plays out shockingly, you wouldn't believe, has a whole story around it. And I love that about you, though. I love that you love me so much that you feel upset thinking about all the years we weren't together.
That's it.
That's very,
Bingo.
very sweet. And I love you so much for
I
that.
love you too. So question
That's very
for you.
sweet. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
This is a good question.
Is it?
It is. If I were to cheat on you, what would be her name? What would she look like? And would you want to watch? I added all that up. If
You think?
Yeah. If I were to cheat on you, what do you think the reason would be? That's a good question, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Probably only if I cheated on you first. Like you would have said, fuck it.
Then that's really not cheating. It's just leaving you and fucking somebody else.
Well, yeah, I guess that's what it would be. I can't imagine. I cannot, and we've talked about this. Cheating, I just can't imagine it. I
mean, but what if she's like really hot?
But that's not it for you.
Doesn't
That's
mean
not it
anything.
for us. It's not about.
What if she's got a lot of money?
Okay. How much money? Can she support your ex-wife?
Which one?
Me.
Oh, sorry. You can't think of what it would be then, huh? Even if you were to
I
try
know
to...
that doesn't sound very salacious, does it? But I guess if I had to choose, it would be if you and I emotionally disconnected. If you and I just, the bottom fell out and we were not emotionally connected anymore.
That's it.
And I, this podcast wouldn't be happening. It's the foundation of who we are. So
Yeah,
it would just
that's right.
mean that the whole bottom fell out of
That's
our
right.
relationship.
Yeah.
That emotional connection was gone.
You nailed it.
Did I?
Yeah, I love it.
So good.
Love the Skin Deep second time around edition by Jack and Kathy Shit
Yeah,
Show.
it's got to happen.
I'm gonna push it.
I know you are. Go get it.
On that note,
Go get
young
it,
lady,
Jack
we have
Owner.
to go because we have
All right.
a plumber coming to give us an estimate in about 5 minutes.
Yes.
And then we have to pack. And we have to begin our trip to the Rica of Costa. On that note, everybody,
Peace.
peace.
You just listened to another episode of the Jack and Kathy Shit Show. All recording, engineering, and production provided by us. Connect with the podcast on Instagram at Jack and Kathy Shit Show for more insight into our shit show of a life. This episode is proudly brought to you by Pint Productions.
Point.